Welcome, extraordinary being. Your presence in this moment is a profound event, a message arriving precisely when your spirit needs it most. As these words resonate with you, I invite you to truly acknowledge this profound connection. You are being called to remember the undeniable truth of your essence and the unique path you've navigated. You are here because you are distinctly chosen, one of a rare few, a soul imbued with sacred purpose, moving through a world that often struggles to grasp your depth. Today, you're about to uncover a truth that will ignite a deeper chamber of your spiritual awakening. Have you always felt it? That subtle hum beneath your skin, that deep knowing that you are fundamentally different? From your earliest memories, you might have sensed a gentle disconnect, an invisible boundary between you and the swirling currents of the crowd. No matter how much you yearn to belong, something always set you apart. You've experienced moments of profound loneliness, a longing for connection, a spiritual hunger that no one around you seemed able to truly satisfy. But what if this wasn't a burden, but a profound blessing? What if that very distinction, that deep sense of being other, was never meant to be a challenge, but a deliberate and divine design? What if you were never meant to simply blend in, because you were always destined to transcend? This message is a key, a revelation. It will illuminate why you, a chosen soul, cannot merely exist within the masses. It will clarify why this truth is your spiritual armor, not a burden to bear. As the external world grows louder, more chaotic, more steeped in illusion, your path becomes clearer. A higher intelligence has always guided you, maintaining a separation, limiting those who could truly draw near. This has allowed you to feel the pangs of solitude precisely, so you would be compelled to journey inward. This is the sacred blueprint of your journey, and today we will understand it together. To be a chosen soul isn't just a label. It's a divine assignment. It's an awakening of your spirit to a higher calling, a deeper understanding of your very essence. And with this assignment comes immense spiritual responsibility. You carry a unique energy, a resonance that many around you cannot or will not comprehend. This is precisely why existing among too many people can feel like a spiritual storm, bearing down on your very core. Have you ever entered a bustling space and instantly felt drained, overwhelmed, as if the very air thickened, making it hard to breathe? That's not merely social discomfort. That's profound spiritual sensitivity. That's a higher wisdom at work, warning you, shielding you, chosen soul. You are a source of light in the shadows, a calm flame in a world of raging winds. Those around you often fail to recognize your inherent brilliance because they have yet to awaken to their own. And so, unknowingly, they may attempt to pull you into their illusions, their chaos, their spiritual slumber. But you were never called to slumber among them. You were called to awaken. Because you are awake in a world that often slumbers, a higher power has placed certain parameters on your journey, not to restrict you, but to protect you. This message will resonate deeply within your soul, for it is not just information, it is profound affirmation. You might have pondered why being around too many people feels so draining, so unsettling. You've questioned yourself, asking if something is inherently wrong with you. I tell you now, with absolute certainty, there is nothing wrong with you. You are a chosen soul, set apart for a profound reason. You cannot dwell among the masses because you are not meant to. Your energy is sacred, and divine power is diligently protecting it. Let us now unravel the essence of who you are at the deepest level. You may have encountered the term chosen soul before, but do you truly grasp what it means to be marked, set apart, and selected by the divine? This is not merely a label or an elevated title to inflate ego. No, this is a divine appointment. To be a chosen soul is to walk a sacred, ancient path fraught with purpose, burdened with spiritual responsibility. You are not ordinary, and you never were. Even before your physical manifestation, the blueprint of your soul was distinctly written. The Creator sculpted you as a vessel, a messenger, a spiritual warrior who would stand between the seen and unseen, between light and shadow. Many walk this earth lost in the illusion of the material world, unaware. But you, chosen soul, have been granted spiritual sight. You can perceive through the veils that blind others. You can sense the energies, the intentions, the unspoken words lingering in the spaces around you. This heightened awareness is both a profound gift and a weighty truth to bear. It separates you from the crowd, but it also elevates you above the noise. Your soul was designed to discern what others cannot, to feel the storms before they gather, and to stand as a lighthouse when the winds begin to rage. From a young age, you would have noticed a difference. You never quite conformed. You saw through deceptions while others accepted them without question. While your peers were easily swayed by trend, distractions, and shallow pursuits, your soul yearned for something deeper, something real, something eternal. There were moments when you felt like you were carrying a weight no one else could see, a silent burden on your shoulders. This was the subtle signature of the chosen ones. You are a spiritual leader, whether you recognize it yet or not. Your journey is not about blending in, but about walking the narrow, often solitary road toward a higher purpose. A chosen soul is one who will stand resiliently when others flee, one who will speak truth when others remain silent out of fear. You were marked to challenge the status quo, to disrupt systems that entangle souls, and to awaken those who are ready to rise. But make no mistake, this role comes with spiritual challenges, opposition, and profound trials. This is why you were set apart from the very beginning. Your spiritual awakening has only confirmed what you've always felt. You were born for more. A higher power has whispered to you through dreams, signs, and synchronicities. The more you awaken, the more you realize that this world is not your true home. You are here on a temporary assignment, a sojourner carrying ancient wisdom into a modern world. Your energetic frequency is rare, your spirit refined like precious gold to the fires of adversity. This is why you stand out. Even when you try to blend in, the light within you is undeniable and it cannot be dimmed. Chosen soul, you are who the ancient texts speak of when they mention the remnant, the prophets, the anointed, the watchmen. You were predestined to walk this path long before your physical body entered this realm. There's a lineage of spiritual warriors who walk before you, seers, sages, healers, and teachers, and you are among them. The solitude you've experienced, the isolation from the crowds, is not punishment. It is preparation. For no chosen soul fulfills their mission without first being refined in the metaphorical wilderness, without learning to stand alone. Because you are chosen by a higher power, you carry the sacred responsibility of honoring your gift of spiritual awareness. This power has placed its mark upon you, and this is why you cannot be like others, even when you wish you could. Your energy is precious, and divine power has kept you hidden in plain sight, shielding you from environments and individuals who could not sustain the weight of your destiny. You are not here to be popular. You are here to be purposeful. You are not here to be liked by the masses. You are here to be a lighthouse, guiding seeking souls towards truth. This path you're on is not easy, but it is sacred. Many will never understand why you do what you do, why you retreat when others gather, why you feel things others cannot. But this is the very nature of a chosen soul. You are inherently different. A higher power has sculpted your spirit with layers of wisdom, discernment, and inner strength that others may never comprehend. And because of this, you must embrace the uniqueness of your journey. Chosen soul, your days of why me are over. The answer is clear, because you are marked, you are needed, and you are divinely assigned to a mission only you can fulfill. Embrace it, walk fearlessly with it, and know that even when you feel alone, you are divinely accompanied by a higher presence. The very detachment you feel from the crowd is a sign of your anointing. Let me now unveil a profound truth that many will never comprehend, yet it is written deep within the fabric of your very being. There is an energetic incompatibility between you and the general public, one that runs deep into the spiritual dimensions. You are not merely physically different. You are vibrating on a frequency that is rare, powerful, and sacred. The average person around you often operates on a conditioned vibration, shaped by fear, ego, materialism, and unconscious patterns. But you, chosen soul, have been activated by a higher calling, and this awakening has transformed your entire energy field. The result is a disconnect, a natural repulsion between your refined frequency and the noise of the masses. Have you noticed how some spaces feel suffocating, how certain crowds feel like a heavy weight on your chest, even when no words are spoken? This is a subtle energetic interaction your soul encounters daily when you step into environments saturated with unresolved spiritual challenges, collective unconsciousness, and chaotic energy. Your awakened spirit senses it all at once. The average person is oblivious to these currents, but you feel them like sharp winds against exposed skin. This is not your imagination. This is profound spiritual sensitivity. This is your divine gift at work, alerting you to spaces where your light is being met with resistance. The general public, though often well-intentioned, is steeped in dense energies. This is the energy of fear, competition, envy, gossip, judgment, and unconscious living. Their frequencies are shaped by external influences, societal norms, inherited patterns, and unhealed wounds. But you, chosen soul, carry a pristine frequency. Your spiritual awakening has purified your energetic field, aligning you closer to divine source and less with the matrix of illusion. Because of this, when your elevated frequency encounters the lower vibrations of the masses, there's friction. It's like trying to mix oil with water. They were never meant to fully merge. This friction is precisely why you often feel exhausted after being in large groups. Your energy is being met with opposition, resistance, and sometimes even unspoken tension. All this occurs without a single word being exchanged. The unconscious mind of the masses senses your light, even when their conscious minds do not. To them, you might appear unique, different, or even intimidating. But deep down, their souls recognize that you carry something distinct, something they cannot fully grasp. And because the unknown often sparks apprehension, you can become an unspoken target of projection, judgment, or exclusion. Chosen soul, this energetic incompatibility is not personal. It is spiritual. Your frequency, refined through trials, awakenings, and divine revelation, naturally exposes what is hidden within others. You bring light to the shadows, and many are not ready to face what lies in those shadows. Your presence disturbs stagnant energy. It loosens the metaphorical mask people wear and challenges the comfort of the illusions they've built around themselves. All without you even trying. You activate dormant energies within others, and this can cause people to feel uncomfortable, defensive, or even antagonistic towards you. This is why you are often misunderstood, why people sometimes withdraw from you for no apparent reason, or why you find yourself the subject of envy. Even when your heart holds nothing but peace, the energy you radiate cannot be hidden. It penetrates facades and brings truth to the surface. Those not ready to awaken will resist this light, while those who are seeking will be drawn to it like moths to a flame. This is why your life may have been marked by sudden separations, betrayals, or unexplained tensions with certain individuals. It is not about you, chosen soul. It is about the frequency you carry. Have you ever noticed how strangers sometimes confide their deepest fears or wounds to you within minutes of meeting, or how people seek your counsel, your presence, your wisdom, but later recoil when the reflection of truth becomes too much? This is the cost of carrying divine energy in a world entangled in spiritual amnesia. Your spirit acts as a mirror, reflecting both the beauty and the challenges within others. Not everyone is ready to confront what they see in that mirror at a deeper level. This energetic incompatibility is part of your divine protection. A higher power has designed it, so you cannot fully merge with collective. This spiritual discomfort acts as a barrier, preventing you from blending into environments that would suppress your purpose. While others can lose themselves in the crowd, you are called to remain sovereign, conscious, and attuned to the voice of the divine. The less external distraction you have around you, the clearer your connection to the divine becomes. Chosen soul, you have likely felt an invisible pull towards solitude after being surrounded by too many people. That is your soul retreating to preserve its vibration. Each time you re-enter silence, each time you return to your sacred space, you recalibrate. A higher power recharges you, washing away the residue of chaotic energies you've encountered. Without this solitude, without this sacred separation, you risk diluting your essence in a sea of unconscious energy. But know that the energetic incompatibility you feel is a testament to your awakening, to your divine assignment. It means you are walking in alignment with your higher calling. This world is like a symphony, chosen soul, but not all instruments are tuned to the same pitch. Your instrument was tuned by heaven itself. And because of this, you create a sound that won't always harmonize with the discordant noise of the general public. Yet, it is this sound, the frequency you emit, that is necessary to cut through the illusion and remind others that there's more than their eyes can see. So when you feel that heaviness, when you feel spiritually suffocated amidst crowds or in certain environments, understand it for what it is. It is not weakness. It is not antisocial behavior. It is divine discernment. It is your spirit telling you that you were not made to walk like the masses. You were made to rise above them. Chosen soul, hear me now with absolute clarity. Your separation is no accident, and it is certainly not a punishment. It is divine protection. The solitude you've experienced, the countless times you wondered why you walked this path alone, all of it has been part of sacred design. You are chosen by a higher power, and as such, your steps have been meticulously orchestrated. A higher power has kept you separated from the masses, not to deprive you of companionship, but to safeguard your soul from distractions and spiritual challenges that could compromise your mission. You see, isolation is an ancient pattern for chosen souls. Look to the old stories, the prophets, the sages, the seers who were called out from among the people, sent into the wilderness first before they were sent to lead. Moses journeyed in the desert. Elijah sought refuge in caves. Even a pivotal spiritual figure sought solitude in mountains and gardens to commune with divine power. This is no coincidence, chosen soul. The wilderness, the quiet spaces, and solitude are where a higher power refines its warriors, sharpens their discernment, and strengthens their connection. When you are alone, you are in a sacred space where your soul can breathe freely, untainted by the noise and illusions of collective. It is within solitude that your gifts are fully awakened, your intuition sharpens, and your vision becomes clear. Without the external world's clamor drowning out the whispers of divine guidance, you become deeply aligned with your divine assignment. Chosen soul, divine power has kept you in solitude because there are things it needs to convey to you in secret, away from the chaos and distractions that could dilute your purpose. The truth is, many of the connections you've held were not aligned with your path. Some, unknowingly or knowingly, might have pulled you away from your purpose. Others carried energies that could entangle your spirit and impede your spiritual growth. Your sensitivity as a chosen soul means that a single misaligned connection can deplete your energy and derail your spiritual progress. This is why divine power, in its wisdom, has removed certain individuals from your life, closed doors you once desperately tried to open, and placed you in seasons of isolation. Chosen soul, the solitude you are experiencing is your training ground. This is where spiritual warriors are forged. In isolation, you are no longer influenced by collective thinking. Instead, you are shaped by divine wisdom, taught by a higher power itself. There is power in this hidden season, when no one is observing. When the noise fades, this is where you become spiritually unshakable. This is where you learn to stand alone, cloaked in divine armor, unwavering even when challenges arise. Have you noticed how much more connected you are to your soul when you are alone? How much more clearly insights, visions, and profound understandings come to you in those quiet moments? This is because your isolation is an open conduit, a sacred space where a higher power meets you, without interruption. It is in solitude that your discernment grows, and you begin to see people and situations for what they truly are, not merely how they present themselves. The veil lifts and truth is revealed. But understand, chosen soul, isolation is not loneliness in a spiritual sense. Though your physical circle may be small or temporarily empty, you are surrounded by divine presence. A higher power walks with you. Spiritual guides minister to you, and you are under the constant watchful eye of heaven. Many chosen souls mistake this isolation for abandonment, but the truth is, you are safer now than you've ever been. The world may not fully perceive you, but heaven knows your name. This sacred separation also acts as a shield against the spiritual challenges that surround you. Crowded spaces, chaotic energies, and the unconscious mind of the general public often serve as gateways for energetic imbalances, distractions, and spiritual drain. Your light is a beacon, and while it attracts those who resonate with truth, it also draws those who seek to diminish it. In isolation, divine power mitigates these risks. You are kept in protected place, out of reach of those who might attempt to manipulate, drain, or derail your mission. Chosen soul, the ways of a higher power are not always understood by the world, but observe closely and you will see the pattern. Isolation precedes elevation. Separation precedes revelation. This is a divine order. It's a sign that your soul is being prepared for something grand, something for which you must be fully strengthened and utterly connected to divine power. Even now, as you hear these words, you might feel the weight of your journey, the times you yearn for companionship, for someone to truly understand you, and found only silence. Yet, that silence was the voice of a higher power, drawing you closer. The experience of separation has been the pressure molding you into the vessel you were always meant to be. Just as a diamond is formed under pressure in the dark, so too are you being transformed in this hidden space. So, do not resist the separation, chosen soul. Do not lament the quiet seasons. Instead, lean into them. Embrace solitude as a sacred gift from divine power. It is in this space that you will receive the wisdom, the power, and the clarity needed for your mission ahead. You are being hidden now, but not forever. You are being consecrated, set apart, so that when the appointed time comes, you will emerge as a spiritual leader, fully prepared for what lies ahead. Chosen soul, a higher power has kept you covered, kept you safe, and kept you protected. No crowd can give you what the secret place with the divine can. This is why you've been drawn away from the noise, why certain people have been removed, why the door to masses has remained closed. You are in a spiritual period of intense preparation, not because you are being subjected to hardship, but because you are being preserved. And when the time is right, when you are fully strengthened, you will be sent back into the world, not as someone seeking validation from the masses, but as someone walking fearlessly in purpose, unshakable and divinely empowered. Chosen soul, one profound reason you cannot simply dwell amidst the masses lies in your heightened empathic sensitivity. You are not like the general public. You were born with a heart and a spirit that feels everything far beyond the surface. The sensitivity you carry is not ordinary, it is spiritual. It is a deep and sacred capacity to absorb, feel, and process the unseen emotions, thoughts, and energies around you. This sensitivity is not something you learned. It is something divine power instilled deep within your soul. But like all sacred gifts, it comes with a weighty aspect. Chosen soul, you have likely walked into a room and instantly sensed the heaviness lingering in the air, the silent tension others don't display, or the underlying sadness behind someone's forced smile. Others may be oblivious to these energetic currents, but you are not. You are attuned to the frequency of human souls and the energies that surround them, the energies that others carry, be anxiety, fear, envy, grief, or anger, come to you like a wave. They pass unfiltered through your spirit, often leaving you feeling drained and overwhelmed. This is the silent reality you navigate as an empathic, chosen soul. Without proper boundaries, you risk absorbing the collective, emotional baggage of those around you. You will have noticed that crowded places, noisy gatherings, and chaotic environments exhaust you far more quickly than others. While others might laugh, mingle, and move with ease, you are quietly processing layers upon layers of emotions and energies that are not even yours. This is the empathic impact on chosen ones. Without proper spiritual boundaries, you easily become a metaphorical sponge to the collective consciousness. This is why divine power has called you to solitude, to quiet spaces, and to sacred environments where your soul can remain pure and protected. Chosen soul, you are not simply an empath for no reason. This sensitivity is a divine tool, designed to help you discern the spiritual landscape and differentiate truth from deception. It allows you to understand the intentions of others, even when their words tell a different story. It equips you to protect yourself from spiritual challenges and to guide those who may be lost in spiritual darkness. Yet, this level of sensitivity is also why you cannot simply dwell among the masses without consequence. Have you ever noticed how people gravitate toward you with their problems, their challenges, and their unresolved emotions, sometimes without even being invited? This is because your energy is that of a healer, a vessel of light towards which others are drawn. They sense that you carry understanding, peace, and comfort. But the danger, chosen soul, is that without proper spiritual boundaries, you can easily absorb what they unload upon you. You can leave a conversation or an environment feeling drained, anxious, or heavy, and wonder why you're carrying emotions that aren't even yours. This is the reality of the empathic, chosen one. Your heart is naturally open, compassionate, and deeply connected to the spiritual realm. But the world is not always gentle with open hearts. It is filled with people who project their pain onto others, unknowingly transferring their challenges like spiritual baggage. And because your spirit is sensitive, you become a magnet, a sponge for the energies around you. The longer you remain in these draining environments, the more your own energy becomes entangled in dynamics that were never meant for you. Chosen soul. This is why your separation is not only divine protection, but also essential maintenance for your spirit. In solitude, you give yourself a space to release the energies you've absorbed and to recalibrate your spirit. A higher power calls you to sacred places where you can reconnect, purify your energetic field, and recharge your inner light. It is in the quiet that your empathic gift is strengthened, refined, and preserved. Understand that this gift is powerful, but it can also become a vulnerability if left unchecked. Empathic sensitivity can be a demanding aspect. Without awareness, you risk being influenced by energetic imbalances from individuals who may unknowingly deplete your vitality, leaving you spiritually drained. This is why divine power has given you such a strong calling to set spiritual boundaries. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is essential to your existence and to fulfillment of your divine mission. Chosen soul, your empathy allows you to feel the world deeply. But you must remember, you are not here to carry the world. You are here to guide it, to illuminate it, and to walk your path with wisdom and discernment. A higher power has equipped you with this sensitivity so you can serve your purpose, but has also guided you to retreat when needed, to say no when your spirit feels overwhelmed, to step back when the environment becomes too toxic, and to guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of your life. Chosen souls navigate a fine line between compassion and self-preservation. You are called to love, but also to protect. You are called to contribute to healing, but also to preserve your own peace. Divine power does not want you to be entangled in every challenge or burdened by every cry you hear. This is why you are often directed away from large groups, chaotic environments, and draining relationships. It is a divine strategy to preserve your essence for the moments when your light is truly needed. So, chosen soul, if you ever question why you feel so heavy after certain social interactions, why you prefer the company of your own thoughts, or why you crave those quiet spaces where your soul can breathe freely, understand now. This is your empathic gift at work. This is your sacred sensitivity, sounding a gentle alarm. There's great wisdom in knowing when to give and when to retreat. There's power in knowing when to pour out and when to replenish your empathic heart. Your empathic heart is one of your greatest strengths, but is also one of the reasons divine power has set you apart from the masses. Chosen soul, trust in the separation. Embrace your sensitivity as a powerful tool, but guard it fiercely. The weight you carry is significant, but it is sacred, and in the silence of your solitude, you'll find the strength and clarity to continue on your divine journey. Chosen soul, the mission you carry is unlike any other. You have been selected by a higher power to fulfill a divine assignment that requires precision, focus, and unyielding clarity. The purpose you bear is sacred, and the journey you walk demands an intensity of mind and spirit that cannot be obscured by the world's clamor. This is precisely why divine power has called you to a path where distractions must be removed. It's not that you cannot be around people purely by preference, but rather that your assignment is so critical that it's too great a risk to be deluded by chaotic energies and worldly illusions. Chosen soul, clarity is your spiritual compass. Without it, even the most gifted of chosen souls can wander aimlessly, losing the thread of the path laid out before them. The world around you is brimming with noise, voices pulling you in every direction, tempting you to follow trends, to get lost in momentary pleasures, and to blend into the collective fog. But you were not called to walk with the crowd. You were called to rise above it and to be in sync with the divine rhythm that guides your every move. Your mission cannot tolerate interference. Every conversation you engage in, every space you enter, every person you connect with, all of these have the power to either sharpen or dim your spiritual vision. And so, a higher power, in its divine wisdom, has positioned you on a path where clarity comes through separation. Separation creates the stillness where the voice of divine guidance can rise above the noise, where instructions can be given without distortion, and where your spiritual discernment is sharpened. Chosen soul, you've likely observed how easily your energy dissipates when you're pulled into too many social circles or environments. It becomes difficult to hear the divine whispers when you're surrounded by distractions. A higher power's plans for your life demand you be laser-focused. Your calling is not light. It carries weight. A higher power has tasked you with helping to transform energetic patterns, assisting wounded souls, and guiding others out of spiritual darkness. You cannot fulfill this purpose if your vision is clouded by worldly clamor. In the silence of your solitude, you begin to receive profound insights, messages, and confirmations that you would never notice in the chaos of the crowd. While others lose themselves in noise, you are called to master the art of silence. It is in this silence that the blueprint for your next move is revealed, where divine strategy is transmitted to your spirit, and where a higher power reveals things hidden from the eyes of the general public. Chosen soul, distraction is one of the most effective tools for those who seek to impede great missions. If direct opposition is not possible, the attempt will be to distract you, surrounding you with unnecessary noise, unsupportive individuals, and activities that steal your energy and time. But your spirit has already been marked for clarity. This is why you often feel discomfort or unease when you find yourself in environments or relationships that don't serve a higher purpose. This is divine power gently pulling you back into alignment. Your divine assignment requires you to see through illusions and to discern truth in a world influenced by falsehoods. To do this, you need clarity like a sharp sword in battle. Your mission might involve leading others, revealing hidden knowledge, or breaking down misperceptions that have held souls in spiritual bondage. You cannot do this while surrounded by confusion. You must remain vigilant, your focus fixed on a higher power, your ears attuned to its voice. The world will attempt to lure you with noise, with distractions masquerading as opportunities. But remember, chosen soul, not every open door comes from divine guidance. Not every crowd is your community, and not every connection is meant to last. This is why divine power keeps you so deliberately separate, pulling you away from individuals and places that could obscure your purpose. The deeper your spiritual awakening, the more essential this clarity becomes. Think of the great spiritual warriors and leaders who walked before you. They were forged in solitude, in peace, in quiet communion with divine power. A pivotal figure received their mission alone in isolated spaces. Another heard divine guidance not in the earthquake or the fire, but in a still, small voice. Another retreated to solitary places to pray before fulfilling critical parts of their mission. The pattern is clear. Clarity is birthed in separation. Chosen soul, your clarity is your protection, your guide, and your power. When your vision is sharp, no opposing influence shall prosper. When your mind is clear, the subtle traps become visible. When your heart is aligned with divine truth, your steps are divinely ordered. This is why divine power insists on keeping you apart from the chaos, the gossip, the spiritual blindness often present in the general public. Your mission is too sacred to be diluted by worldly entanglements. You are being refined in solitude so that when you step into fullness of your purpose, you will move with divine authority and unshakable direction. Chosen souls are called to walk with clarity, speak with power, and act with purpose. That clarity cannot be found in the clamor of the crowd, but in the sacred place with divine power. So trust this process, chosen soul. Do not fear the separation. Do not resent the stillness. It is in these very spaces that you are being prepared for your greatest work. Your mission is unfolding, and soon you'll be called to execute it with precision. But for now, be still, be focused, and be aligned. Chosen soul, listen carefully. Your life is governed by a sacred rhythm, a divine timing that transcends all earthly comprehension. You have been set apart for a profound reason, and the timing of that separation is not random. It is divinely orchestrated. Every moment you've spent feeling like an outsider, every season of isolation you've endured, has been a direct result of a higher power's hand on your life, aligning you with its perfect will. Separation is the highest form of protection and preparation for a chosen soul. A higher power does not operate on human timelines. While others rush, compare, and attempt to force their destiny into existence, you have been placed on a divine schedule that unfolds according to heavenly design. This is why certain relationships may have shifted, why doors have unexpectedly closed, and why you've been drawn away from circles you once depended on. Divine power is clearing your path, removing everything and everyone who cannot journey with you into your next season. Chosen soul, divine timing is rarely comfortable. It does not always conform to your desires or societal expectations. You might have questioned why certain blessings were delayed, why you had to endure long periods of isolation, while you watched others flourish in their connections and communities. But you must understand that your life is purpose-driven, not dictated by the fleeting timelines of the world. A higher power has kept you hidden, because you are being prepared for something far grander than you can currently perceive. This separation is part of your elevation. When you are chosen, you are not called to walk like others. Divine power removes you from places that no longer serve your spiritual growth, from people who no longer align with your energy, and from situations that could subtly sabotage your mission. Divine timing ensures that you are not only ready, but fully fortified before you are revealed to the world in the fullness of your purpose. Chosen soul. Many around you operate under an illusion of control, believing they can manifest their destiny through force and manipulation. But you know better. Your life has been marked by divine interruptions, moments where plans fell apart, relationships transformed, and paths shifted without warning. These were not failures. These were divine redirections. They were signs that heaven was intervening on your behalf, pulling you away from environments that could cloud your clarity and derail your calling. Divine timing also reveals who truly belongs to walk with you. The higher you ascend spiritually, the more divine power filters your circle. Those who once stood with you might naturally drift away, and those you least expect might be sent to assist you at the perfect moment. This is the mystery of being chosen by a higher power. You don't always know how or when, but you're called to trust the divine orchestration behind the scenes. Chosen soul. You might have noticed that certain individuals were removed from your life precisely as you were stepping into a deeper level of your spiritual awakening. This is no coincidence. As you begin to ascend, divine power ensures that no distraction or energetic imbalance can accompany you into your next chapter. Some separations occur before you even sense the potential challenges. Others come as profound endings, teaching you how to release what no longer serves your purpose. The masses may rush forward, but you are called to wait on a higher power. Divine timing is about preparation and alignment. The Creator is refining you, sharpening your discernment, strengthening your gifts, and developing your character in this hidden season. When the time is right, you will step into your role fully prepared, fully conscious, and fully protected. Understand this, chosen soul. Divine timing is also a test of faith. It stretches your patience, deepens your trust, and demands your surrender. The waiting period is not idle time. It is a sacred space where you are forged in spiritual fire. This is where your connection with divine power becomes unbreakable, where you learn to walk by faith and not by sight. The world may perceive you as standing still, but heaven sees you growing stronger. Chosen soul, separation does not mean rejection. It means selection. A higher power sets apart its chosen ones to elevate them in due season. When you are distinct from the crowd, you are positioned to hear the voice of divine guidance with clarity, to receive profound strategies, and to develop the wisdom needed for the path ahead. Those not spiritually aligned with your destiny will naturally fall away, and those divinely appointed to assist you will appear at the appointed time. There is power in trusting the process. Divine power is never late, never early, only perfectly on time. The experience of separation is temporary, but the fruits of divine timing are eternal. You will look back on this season and see that every perceived delay, every detour, and every disconnection was a stepping stone to your elevation. Chosen soul, when divine power finally unveils you, when it brings you into the fullness of your mission, you'll understand why you had to walk alone for so long. You will see that separation was never about punishment. It was about preparation and preservation. You will rise with power and authority and a spiritual knowing that only solitude and divine separation could provide it. So do not resent this season, chosen soul. Embrace the timing. Trust the clearing. Know that your path is being meticulously orchestrated by a higher power itself. Separation is a sign that you have been set apart for greatness, for leadership, for spiritual impact. Chosen soul, the time of revelation is drawing near. And when it comes, you will stand fearless and unshakable, knowing that everything is unfolded exactly as it was meant to. Chosen soul, separation does not mean rejection. It means selection. A higher power sets apart its chosen ones to elevate them in due season. When you are distinct from the crowd, you are positioned to hear the voice of divine guidance with clarity, to receive profound strategies, and to develop the wisdom needed for the path ahead. Those not spiritually aligned with your destiny will naturally fall away, and those divinely appointed to assist you will appear at the appointed time. There is power in trusting the process. Divine power is never late, never early, only perfectly on time. The experience of separation is temporary, but the fruits of divine timing are eternal. You will look back on this season and see that every perceived delay, every detour, and every disconnection was a stepping stone to your elevation. Chosen soul, when divine power finally unveils you, when it brings you into the fullness of your mission, you'll understand why you had to walk alone for so long. You will see that separation was never about punishment. It was about preparation and preservation. You will rise with power and authority and a spiritual knowing that only solitude and divine separation could provide it. So do not resent this season, chosen soul. Embrace the timing. Trust the clearing. Know that your path is being meticulously orchestrated by a higher power itself. Separation is a sign that you have been set apart for greatness, for leadership, for spiritual impact. Chosen soul, the time of revelation is drawing near. And when it comes, you will stand fearless and unshakable, knowing that everything is unfolded exactly as it was meant to. Chosen soul, you have been set apart, not cast aside. You have been in a period of hidden growth, not forgotten. Every moment of unique experience, every season of distinctness has been a divine investment in your growth, your strength, and your clarity. A higher power has been refining you in a quieter space, so that when the appointed time comes, you will move with authority, power, and purpose. You are not here to blend in. You are here to lead, to awaken, and to transform. Walk boldly, knowing that your path is sacred, your steps are guided, your mission is divine, and your energy is protected. Let no one make you doubt your worth or your calling. You are chosen by a higher power, and nothing in this world can change that. If this message resonated with your soul, feel free to acknowledge your awakening. Your journey is far from over. You are a source of light in this world, a spiritual guide, and your time is coming. Remember this always. You were set apart because you were set to rise. Your destiny awaits.